I'm going to show you a neat little trick where we can cut this out just the size of a 2x4, and then what we'll do is we'll put a brace 2x4 in here. I'll show you how we'll slide it in sideways and anchor it. Alright guys, so for casual Sunday today, I have a 2.5-year-old who decided to be a ninja warrior and ripped my towel bar out of the wall. So this used to be like this, and unfortunately this is only a certain length towel bar, so I was able to hit the stud on this one, but you know, sometimes you can't hit the stud on them, so I had 3 anchors in here, and you know, just rip it out of the wall. It's no big deal. So what I'm going to do is, you know, anybody who has kids like this things happen. So the stud is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a neat little trick where we can cut this out just the size of a 2x4, and then what we'll do is we'll put a brace 2x4 in here. I'll show you how we'll slide it in sideways and anchor it, and that way we'll be able to screw into that next time, and then we'll anchor it to the 2x4s here. So what I'm going to do is, I have a level. I'm going to mark out where I want to take the wall out nice and perfectly with some pencil marks, and then we will cut a little tiny skinny rectangle out of here, and then we'll feed a 2x4 in here and screw it in. So what I'm going to do is we'll get the, because I know the bracket's going to be right there. Get that right there. Draw a nice pencil line, and we'll come down here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than a 2x4 that I'm going to cut out here. Just like that. So now what you want is, you can use a Sawzall or something. What I like is what is actually a drywall saw. And what I like to do is, I'm just going to cut it this way first. See right where that 2x4 is, which looks like it's right about there. And then this saw works nice because it's got a point on it. So just like that. And you can see the 2x4s right there. And then once you hit the, you can feel the stud right there. You'll know when you hit it. That's the easiest way. Just like that. So you can see I got insulation in my, just for sound deadening in the bathroom. So there's the stud there. There's the stud there. So now we got a nice little opening here. We're going to clean that up, and then what we'll do is, like I said, we're going to cut a 2x4 that width, and then we'll put it in there, flip it up, and then we'll screw it to the sides, and then we'll be able to screw this drywall in, and then a little piece of drywall right here to fill that. And then all we got to do is just tape and mud this little area right here. And then when I put this new bracket up, it'll be just like this one. It'll be mounted right into the wood. So it'll be way stronger than it was prior. And this is what you have to do when you have a 2.5-year-old with crazy pants. You got to make everything stronger. So let me go cut a 2x4, and then I'll be right back. What I did is I put some Craig screw pocket holes in here, and then I put this little piece on here so I can maneuver it. And now what I can do is pop this off. I can readjust this right where I want it, like so, and that'll give me something to hold on to. And then what I'll do is I'm just going to screw it into both sides here. What I want to do first is just put a couple screws in here to hold this right where I want it. Like that. So that'll hold it there. And what I'll do is I got some pocket hole screws, some nice long ones here. This is the easiest way to do it, is if you have the pocket hole jig, you can do this. Just like that. And then we'll just slap them on this side. Now we can pop this screw out. Like I said, I had the insulation in here, so the screw didn't really matter. I mean, it's just something to hold on to. Because, I mean, if you didn't have insulation in there like I do, it would literally have just fallen down if you didn't have your fingers on it just the right way. So that was literally just a safety mechanism. So one more here. And there you go. Nice and solid. What we'll do is just clean up this little bit here. I'll cut a little strip of drywall, and then literally we have all this surface. You always want to, when you're doing drywall patches, you always want to make sure that you have support all the way around. Like I have these two edges here on the 2x4. Now I have this to completely support this, so when I go to mud it and screw it, everything is secure. So if you're ever doing like a square or something, you always want to have some kind of support around the edges if possible, because that's where all your pressure is going to go when you're finishing it, and it'll be tough to get a good finish out of it. So that's it. Easy fix. If you have the correct jig, I mean, you could easily just start a couple screws, like these screws, sideways like this, like that, if you wanted to, or just use a drill bit and just pre-drill at an angle a little bit. I did 2 screws on each side just so it doesn't swivel, but I think with these screws it probably wouldn't have mattered, because that's going to kind of keep it there. Well, that's a neat little fix. Like I said, now I got support in here, so when I put that bracket back up, I'll be able to screw right into this, and then everything will be held together with the drywall. So just like that, guys, we got full support in here now. Nice and solid 2x4 behind there. Just gonna mud this up, let it dry, sand it down, to touch up the paint. So it's a lot of work for one little hanging child, but sometimes these things happen. Anyways, if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.